Hello, everybody there in YouTube, podcast land, Spotify, Apple. This is another episode, another bonus episode. We're going to be doing a review for the latest episode of Game of Thrones, Season 8, Episode 3.
Game of Thrones. Let's talk about Game of Thrones.
Let's see who lives and dies and lives and dies in Game of Thrones.
Hey, remix.
So,
Black
yeah.
Style.
So yeah, we're gonna give our little points on the episode itself, the outline, the deaths, do you think some things were too early? Do you think it was on time? Stuff like that.
Okay, so what do you want to start out with? You want to just
Yeah, let's wing it. We'll wing it.
wing it?
Yeah,
Okay. First thing I noticed about this, I watched the episode twice, that the battle plan sort of sucked.
It did.
So they just threw the Durakians out in the they was like, hey, just go out there and just try and kill as many as you. I'm like, who?
Yeah, the battle plan did suck ass. But the fact that I think they had a chance was the fact that they had
But why did they send the Dothraki first? What I didn't understand is they sent the Dothrakis in the darkness. They didn't know how many enemies, where their enemies were. They just knew they were somewhere in front of them.
Yeah.
Then on top of that, they sent them with like swords when they should have had like spears.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be in close combat with a white walker.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that. So that was strike one. I didn't understand that.
I mean, I think the fact that they had the fire, that they thought they might have had a little bit of chance to contain them as much as they can. But once they got in that joint, it was like 20 seconds, they was gone. It wasn't even like...
You know what I thought was going to happen? They was going to run there, that all the five was going to disappear, then they all come back as White Walkers.
That's what I thought.
That's what I thought was going to happen, but it didn't happen that quickly. That's what I thought was going to happen.
That's what I thought, too. Because when I started seeing, like, the horses and everybody started coming, I was like, oh, shit, I think they just turned. But, they eventually did turn, but it was like...
That's what I thought was going to happen. I was like, oh, that didn't happen. Okay.
Yeah. But, for me, I was like, the other thing I didn't get was technically the Night King and Brim's connection.
Mm-hmm.
We know that they are connected because he touched them. I mean, as far as what is his exception, what word I want to use, his wit to get the third eye raven.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody know the story. Mm-hmm. But if you become the third eye raven, the Night King comes after you. Mm-hmm. He wants to kill you, but they would never give a backstory why he does it.
Yeah.
Ever. You might get a little hunch of it now because of season 7 per se, but they still never really went.
Yeah, that was another disappointment about it. They should have gave more backstory
to see who he actually is.
Who he actually was. They really didn't go too much detail. He's still, I guess, technically a mystery character.
Yeah. I guess they're saving it for the
prequel?
The prequel.
Yeah, I guess they're going to go more in detail with the prequel. Well, I guess that technically makes sense. What I thought was Bran, when he had his vision, he went back. I thought he was going to actually display before, the end.
Yeah, I didn't think he's going to use the...
But the whole battle plan, we go back to the battle plan. The whole battle plan was pretty much a retreat.
Yeah.
Because it was a slow retreat backwards. So, because they wasn't moving at all. They was barely holding on for their dear life before the castle.
Yeah.
Then they had the Red Witch light up the
house.
Then all they did was just lay down and just walked over the dead bodies.
Which it was, I was thinking like, how are they going to the fight? Because you saw them standing there for a good while. Then you saw Bram do the Raven trick. Just let the Night King know that he's there per se. Mm-hmm. Did that, and then next thing you know, like you said, you just start seeing them sacrificing themselves. All of them just start.
I figured the fire wasn't going to hold because it was too many of them.
Yeah.
Because I would have said they could overcome the fire. They dead already.
Truthfully, I thought the drink was going to go out, and then it would have been game over. I thought the fire was just going to go out because you could kind of look at it how the wind was pushing. Mm-hmm. Then it looked like it wasn't going to hold as long as it's going to hold. But I guess that was magic, so it held longer than normal. Mm-hmm. Then truthfully, I didn't like the way that they was protecting Brim, per se. Like they only had like Reek, and 6 other guys. Like that's not enough.
And they only had like arrows.
Yeah. There was no spears, no swords.
But they had to get through a lot just to get to them.
Yeah, they did.
They had to get through.
They had to get through the castle in general.
Yeah, but then
White
Walkers was crawling that joint like World War Z style.
Yeah,
like they was coming up the walls like
that was like some Days Gone type shit.
Yeah,
like
I was like that was crazy the way they.
Yeah.
But it's hard to defeat death.
And that was the thing. It was death. Like you literally are.
The battle for Winterfell was actually pretty good. This might be one of the best battles, probably in Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
and the Battle of the Bastards, Red Wedding.
Red Wedding, bro.
Yeah, those would probably be my top 3. Are we forgetting anyone? I feel like we forgetting.
Was it home horn or something like that?
I feel like we forgetting one, but those would be my top 3, just off the top of my head.
Yeah, and but definitely Red Wedding and Battle of the Bastards though.
That might be one of the best battle scenes probably in Game of Thrones history.
Yeah.
I would say another thing I didn't like. Why was it so dark? Like, am I the only person that noticed that when I was watching?
Yeah, no, everybody was talking about that. But at the same time, you gotta think about it like this too.
I give it. It's a good element.
It's a good element to it, but you also gotta think about it like this too. They're not good in the day. They don't survive in the day. The only way they can literally move is through 2 things: the night, and darkness. That's literally how they move. So I could understand what they was doing it from that aspect. And plus, truthfully, how do you knock off your opponents when you got the power of both? You knock out your opponent technically, or you drive them away. Because as you seen with Daenerys and Jon Snow when they was riding their dragons. You see when the Night King pushed the weather towards them, they couldn't see the fire.
Yeah, he did it on purpose.
Yeah, so it was like he used his elements to his advantage.
Yes.
Point blank, period. But the cinematography part of it, I wish they did have a little bit more light, like as far as like adding the light into it. Mm-hmm. But I also got it, like how they actually was going. Like you thinking like you. At the time, you gotta think about what happened if you're there. You can't see nothing.
Yeah.
This is what they used to beat you. Like, they already did, but now you gotta think about the darkness and night on top of that.
Mm-hmm. I think this episode had a good pace. It was intense from the beginning to the end.
Yeah, it was.
I was like, I'm just watching. I couldn't get my eyes off the TV.
I couldn't even get up, bro. Like I was like, yo. What the?
I felt like in games where I couldn't use the bathroom. One of those. Yeah. But it was very.
Because if you got up, you would have missed something. Like it literally was like if you would have got up, you would have missed something. All the elements was there.
Another disappointment, I say. Wow, I hate to talk about the negatives. I'm going to do a balance of both. There was no
story, bro.
The backstory. The missing the backstory of the Night King was. I thought they was going to find him and rebuild it. And we didn't get a Jon Snow versus the Night King battle. That's what I was hoping, but it didn't happen. I'm a little disappointed.
And that's twice they faced off, and he did the same thing over and over again, bro.
Because the Night King know he got the blade that can kill him.
Yeah.
So he didn't want. I'm assuming he's smart enough to know I'm not going to take that risk.
I don't think he's that good of a sword fighter.
Who?
I think that's what it was.
No, I think he knows what he did to. He didn't want to take that. Yeah.
But
and he have an army.
But also at the same time, if you a king, don't you always supposed to like defend your honor some way somehow? If you're a king, you're supposed to defend your honor. You don't do this shit every time when you feel like you're about to be defeated.
He got dead soldiers who are mindless, so that don't count. I mean, you thought your heart is in the right place, but I don't think that applies to the Night King.
Like I'm sitting there, like I'm thinking, like you know what I'm saying, like you the king, bro. You supposed to defend your throne, your honor. Nah, he just raised his hands and.
Man, I'm so disappointed. I thought they was gonna battle it out. Then he raised it up, and I was like, "Oh, this dude."
But the funny thing was, like Jon Snow was trying to catch him before he did it.
Yeah,
he just couldn't do it. Now, if it was
what's up with the Night King and missing the dragon, man? He's like 1 for 3.
Yeah,
he out there shooting Westbrook.
I know,
Russell Westbrook. Yeah, he missed because he almost missed. I was like, don't tell me gonna get the nerd. Nah, I was like, bruh.
Nah, she actually moved right in the nick of time too. Mm-hmm. she lift up right before
I was like, bro, don't tell me another dragon. No, I probably would have yelled in the screen. I'm like, another.
Yeah, I mean, Daenerys, she held her own.
She held her own voice. She wasn't really.
She's not really a fighter. Everybody knows that.
No,
she's more like
she got the dragons. Yeah, that's her advantage.
That's her advantage. Is the dragons, her babies. Mm-hmm. Joe. I want to say I want to mess his name. Johan. Johan. I think I'm saying it right. Mormont. Friend zone guy.
Yeah, you talking about captain of the friend zone?
Yeah. He came, saved her again.
He's the spokesperson for being in the friend zone. Rest in peace, though.
Yeah.
I figured he was going to die.
He died protecting the person that he technically loved.
Yeah, he loved her. And he dedicated himself.
Yeah. And, Who
else died? There's a lot of people that died in this.
Red Witch, if you want to use her real name.
I mean, technically, Red Witch.
She was
She didn't really die. She sacrificed herself because she said she was going to do it.
Yeah, she was.
Dion died.
Yeah.
Dion died. Saving Bran. No.
Yeah. Well, setting up. He set it up.
Yeah, he did set up for
Arya.
He set the game winning pick so Arya can get get that game winning jumper.
Yeah. He set her up. He had to do that. Me personally, I don't think he should have charged him. I think he should have waited till he got more towards him.
He knew he was going to die.
Yeah, he knew he was going to die.
He went out with blaze of glory. That's what he went out.
The other Mormont, Leanne.
You talking about the one that killed the giant?
Yeah.
That was a dope scene.
Lady Mormont.
It was a little cheesy, but they did it.
Yeah, they did it right.
Yeah, they did it right though.
Yeah, they did it right.
She killed the giant.
She killed the giant while she know she was going to die. So. Damn, so the whole house of Mormont is done.
Jeez, I was looking at that.
The whole house.
Most of the Darakians are done. I'm like, jeez, I was looking at all the people.
Yeah, then Ghost officially died now.
Yeah.
There ain't no resurrected him now. He's done, Red Witch is gone, so there's no
20th
ain't that
time like his 21st time getting resurrected, bro? This dude been resurrected, I swear, every season. Don't he get resurrected every episode, my nigga?
Yeah. But nah, this time he's done. I think he's done.
But shout outs to Arya with the clutch. She dropped the joint. Bam! Gotcha. You thought you got me.
Bro, that was a hell of a jump, though. Where the hell did she come from, bro?
Did she use one of the masks? That's what I was thinking. This disguise? Is one of them?
Nah, she jumped from.
I was like, because she just came out of nowhere. I was like, what is? Because I thought for a second, did she?
But you know what? I'm surprised. I heard this theory from a coworker, and it's it actually made sense.
Okay.
I'm surprised Arya didn't use Brim as a mask, so she could be the one to kill him and then unmask himself. Unmask herself after.
That would have been a better choice.
Have him standing up, and and he'll see how you standing. Bang, done. You know what I'm saying?
That actually would have been a better ending.
Yeah.
Than the one they did. That would have caught everybody off guard.
You see Brim standing up.
Brim could have walked the whole time.
Yeah. And then you find out Arya because she put the mask on. Mm-hmm. So it would have been dope, though. But I mean, I still love the ending, though. The ending was still dope. Because nobody was expecting her to do that trick.
They sort of hinted at it.
2 episodes ago, yeah.
Yeah, Red Witch said, remember she said, let me pull up the line. She said, you're going to take the colors of all the people's eyes. It was brown, green, and blue. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we got it mixed up, but it was something of that nature in that.
Yeah. So I guess the first one, the brown was Killjoy, I believe.
Someone I know briefly ruined it for me on a Reddit post. I got stuff off Reddit.
Yeah.
Someone said that line indicated that Arya was going. He said it an episode before.
Well, she kind of got Cersei on her list anyway, so it doesn't really matter at this point.
Yeah. But I didn't see that. I didn't see her coming out. She literally came out of nowhere.
But also at the same time, for the prophecy to be done for Game of Thrones per se, they said a loved one has to kill another loved one. So one of the two gonna have to happen. Either Jon Snow gonna have to kill Daenerys, or Jaime gonna have to kill Cersei.
Yeah.
Which Jaime and Cersei actually make more sense than Daenerys and Jon Snow.
Yes, that makes more sense in the timeline.
Yeah.
In the story, that will make more sense.
Yeah. So it's and then after that, whoever's the Iron Throne would be the Iron Throne, which that technically would be Jon Snow. So that's if Daenerys don't try.
I'm trying to think of any of them, because I read comments and on YouTube, I read on Reddit, on different blogs. some people was disappointed in this episode.
Yeah.
They gave it a low rating. They said it's just. I'm assuming because they thought the end of the Night King would have been better because he was like the big threat. And they said the remainder of the season is probably gonna focus on taking down Cersei, which is true. Is true.
But I mean, at the same time though, where were they gonna? You kind of like see what was gonna go from the end of season 7. You knew they had to go through Winterfell. They had to. Only thing was, he got arrogant. He trying to go at the brim. You don't when he go.
I think he was smart to go out because he always go out there. I think what he should have did, he shouldn't expose himself.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Because he had a whole army. He could have waited. Technically, could have waited.
He could have. Like I said, he could have went to the freaking south side. And
he could have avoided Winterfell and came back after he got more.
Exactly.
Technically, you are right. He could
have took control of the Gold Army if he wanted to.
I don't think he would have won King's Landing that easily.
Hell no, he ain't gonna win it that easily.
No, he wouldn't have won King's Landing. They got too many weapons.
Well, and they got that mad scientist too that was working on one of them too. So it wouldn't have been that easy. No, it
wouldn't have been that.
But
he would have had to come in with like he would have had to kill the surrounding, and then make his way.
Yeah, and you gotta remember. Plus, most of it's sunlight out there.
It makes sense for them to go to Winterfell. You have to think about it. Logically, and he want to kill Bran.
Yeah.
So they're using Bran as bait.
Which he kind of like told him. He kind of like used himself with the Ravens, the lure him in. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, like it worked out perfectly. I just was expecting it to be episode 3, but that's just.
Yeah, that was sort of quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you killed the night. I was like, dang.
I was like, at least.
What will make it better is since the Night King killed Theon, make him the new Night King. You gotta that's the only way to make it this episode maybe interesting.
Yeah. See who will take over as the Night King or whatever the case.
Think that.
But
I don't think they're gonna do that.
Now they can't because he technically died. He never passed his powers on to nobody.
Yeah, I'm just saying technically.
And it was like the last of like there's no magical dragon glass like it was to make him the first time. So. Yeah. There ain't no 3 people.
I thought Jon Snow was about to take when he was going against that dragon. I thought he might be done.
Yeah, I thought he was too.
Oh, he's gonna pull out a miracle. He's gonna pull out a Hail Murray pass.
Yeah. No, I really thought that if it was, they will see if he is a true Targaryen and see if he can stand in the fire. Technically, but he was dodging it, so it kind of like looked like he wasn't ready for it.
That part would have been dope if he did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That would have been dope.
Because Daenerys could do it, so it's kind of be one of those things where. If you're a true Targaryen, I think if you were a true Targaryen, you stand in the fire.
But your coworker made a good theory, though. That would have been dope. With the bra, she wore the face's bra.
Yeah.
Then killed him, like when he got close.
Arya be in the chair. She stands up, stabs him. Point blank, period. Bran be in the crypt with the rest of them.
Can we talk about the crypt for a second?
How they got so easily in that motherfucker?
So why would you send... So the Night King can raise the dead.
Yeah.
Why would you send people in the crypt where it's full of? I'm trying.
Well, they set in stone, bro. They ain't dead per se.
But technically, the Night King could,
Yeah, he can.
They did, so technically.
Yeah, he can, but
they did easily get in there.
Yeah, like they just punched through the wall. Like they should have just, They could have had more protection than that shit. Like I was like, you had Tyrion and Cersei. Like that's not enough protection, bro. Like,
no, man. Then you heard people screaming, "Open the door!"
Yeah, like that alone will tell you what the hell that was about to be like. Me personally, I thought they should have had one of the like Brienne or somebody like that down there with them, like somebody that's a fighter.
Oh, so I have like a fighter there.
Yeah,
the last straw.
Yeah, okay. Like last straw type of thing.
Yeah.
Because you got Sam and his family down there, Cersei, Tyrant, like everybody that's pretty much important as far as the strategy aspect of it is down there. Mm-hmm. You had to have a fighter or somebody down there, bro. You had to. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Okay, I'm just throwing. I'm gonna just point out the flaws when I was watching it. What I didn't like. I wanted a Jon Snow versus Night King battle.
Epic, bro. That would have been epic. Especially if they played it like the book. I was like, yo.
What they should have did was had a Jon Snow versus Night King battle. But he get close to Bran with the face.
With the face, yeah.
Then it would have said, wow, that would have been, then she pulled it off. Bro, that might have been, that might have been, that would have probably been epic.
Past epic, that would have made it a great show.
That probably be that probably make it one of the best episodes ever on Game of Thrones, in my opinion.
Yeah, have him back. Yeah, that would have been dope. Have him battle it out for Brim. I mean, just in time to catch Brim. But then Arya's the one wearing the face.
How did we write? We just thought about this like 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mixed my ideas with your coworker. Yeah. That's actually wasn't that bad of a
Yeah. I was like, I'm sitting there like, yeah, why didn't they do? Like, Arya got skills that can literally do
I like it. She dropped it and caught it. Psh.
Yeah.
He didn't even see that.
He didn't see it coming.
He thought he was over.
It was too late after that. Yeah, it was definitely too late after that. Like, he was...
So Arya is officially the GOAT. She's on GOAT status. Winterfell will be renamed as Little Arya.
I know, right?
You know how they do like...
Now, here's my thing. Do they actually because she did that, now do they give her heir to the throne now? That's going to be the thing.
Probably not. But, probably not.
She's going to be lady.
She's going to be a hero. Yeah. She's going to be a hero. She's going to get a statue.
Or can she be the Knight of the Seven Kingdoms after that?
That's a good question. That's actually a good question.
Can she could be a knight.
I don't think they're going to do it.
I don't think they're going to do it.
I don't think they're going to do it, but I'm not going to throw your theory away because...
She did it.
Let's talk about Game of Thrones. All theories are welcome.
Yeah, no.
We might just say that don't sound right, but I'm saying we're not going to throw it away because we don't know how this is going to... It could be a possibility. We can come back next week and be like, yeah, you was right. I admit if I'm wrong.
I think at some point she's going to have to use the face at some point, bro. Mm-hmm. I don't know when or where. She's going to have to use the face.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's going to be when she uses Jaime's. I don't know if she's going to use Cersei. I don't know who she's going to use.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, she's going to have to use the face. And where's the faceless man in all this situation?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Like, he is, like, nowhere to be found at this. Even the Red Witch came back. Like, I'm sitting there like, where's this dude?
So, another point about Game of Thrones, it brings up new plot points.
Yeah.
So the question is going to be, how are they going to defeat Cersei with 20,000 new golden army? She got the berserkers to kill the dragons, and she also got the wildfire.
Yeah.
So how will... you got to do this after the Battle of Winterfell, where most of the armies are pretty much decimated. They down. They still recovering. What do you think?
They outnumbered too.
Yeah, they outnumbered since the battle.
Yeah. Bro, they gotta find a way to get some more. Like,
they're gonna.
Now
what you think?
I think the sister could come in with her 3 boats.
Yeah.
But it's still gonna be enough.
Remember what happened in the previous when you try to storm King's Landing? Wildfire. Yeah. I'm trying to think of and you can't really use the dragons because they got the berserkers.
Yeah.
They preparing. This is gonna be a challenge. That's the next challenge. Even though the real war, in my opinion, was against the Night King.
Yeah.
Night King, in my opinion, was a bigger threat than Cersei.
Yes, hell yeah. But out of question, yes. Yes.
Do you think they should have saved the Night King for later down the battle?
I wouldn't say save him, but I say you save his actual attributes of him around. If you get what I'm saying, like in some way they could magically use his powers for something else.
Interesting.
But I mean, that would be more like a Red Witch thing, though, or somebody that knows magic.
I understand.
That'd be like a Sam thing to see if that powers could be used.
I understand.
Because the only way to even get close to that, you pretty much got to be damn near dead to get through that. Pretty much.
I agree with you. Because I'm trying to figure out how they're going to defeat Cersei. I'm thinking about it. It'll have to be some type of portrayal.
Yeah,
that's the only way I can think of.
Yeah, or it could start from the fact that her breaking her trust with Dany, because she did promise her army to help out with the Winterfell, and then she backed out. She could just start from talking from there, and then start from.
Didn't you tell me something about the gold company?
Oh, the gold one? Yeah.
To break the contract. I remember you brought it up.
Yeah, they broke the contract with Cersei broke the contract with the Gold Army. That's the reason why they got the Gold Army. Because
but then you say that Gold Army always live up to their contract unless fine print if it's a Targaryen.
It's a Targaryen.
Because they was founded.
A Targaryen and it's a Targaryen and a Stark.
Mm-hmm.
If it's one of those two, they obey. They follow that until they're evolved.
You think that could happen? I'm trying. This might be a potential spoiler we just talking about.
But the only thing is,
you think it's depending on if they're gonna follow that.
No, the thing is, because who the person is, because it ain't Reek or the sister. This is the uncle that's controlling the army at this point.
Mm-hmm.
The Greyjoy. So he might just want to try to have a legacy of his own. He might just say, "Damn," with basically the truths on that. But he's probably the only one that could get them in the room together.
Interesting.
Cause he's trying to live he's trying to get a name of himself. He's really trying to get a name for himself.
All right. So what would you give the ratings for episode 3? What would be your score? Out of 1 to 10.
9.
Anything over a 9 is like GOAT status.
Yeah, I was about to say it is GOAT status.
You gonna give it a 9?
Like a 9.3. Yeah.
9.3. I'm gonna give it an 8.5. I'm gonna give it a B+.
Only reason why I won't give it anything higher because they need to get more backstory in the goddamn.
Yes, I told you. I'm just telling people. I know it was a great episode, great pace, all that, great tension.
I'm trying to think of that show where
I'm just disappointed at certain. It's like certain. Like when I watched it the first time, I was like, I'm so excited. I was like, oh. Then I watched the second time, I was like, why did they do that? Why? And then I was like, because we were talking about it, I was like, why would they do that? What was the point?
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Why so early? Yeah, it was like,
then it was why so early? I mean, technically, it's what 6.
It's actually like 3 years later, like 2 years later after.
Oh, okay.
Like after the Battle of the Bastards and all that, it's like 2 years. Like after his first run-in with the Night Walkers. So
I'm gonna give it a 8.5. I'm gonna give it a B+. Solid B+. One of the best episodes I've seen.
Yeah. That's the only thing. Like, if they literally had the backstory and actually give his origins,
and I wanted a Jon Snow versus Night King battle. Yeah. I'm sorry, I wanted that. That was the disappointment. Yeah. The Arya killing was dope. Yeah. They could have squeezed that in. I think our ending part would have been better. Our ending would have been better. Yeah. The way you described it.
I need the director to tell me why that didn't happen. Like, for real.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally in the book and everything that Jon Snow fights the Night King. I'm sitting there like, why?
I think they should have fought. Then he would have got close. Thought he was going to kill Bran. Bam.
But have him with the flaming sword, though. If they would have had Jon Snow with the flaming sword, that would have been dope. But all wishes,
Man, and that's what I was waiting for. I was like, man, they're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We not in the right room. Like our idea actually sound kind of dope. If they would.
Our ending actually would have been dope. I think if you had that, people would have said, yeah, this might be the game. That was epic.
Yeah. So let us know what you think. If you agree with our ending, please let us know. And,
Peace and hair grease. All that. Thanks for supporting the podcast. And it's all for free $99.
Yeah, and hit the bell. So every time when we drop something, you get the notifications. Go ahead, hit the 5-star on Apple, and hit the heart on Spotify. So
give us a good review. Share amongst your friends.
Yeah, and we're gonna be making this weekly until
this season,
and over with.
We probably do another. Let's talk about Game of Thrones when they bring out the prequels. Yeah. So we probably do it, or we might just talk about Game of Thrones. We might just do throwback. What we should do is do Throwback Thursday. Just talk about the old seasons. Bam. Yeah. Let's talk about Game of Thrones. Let's talk about Game.
That's gonna be the crazy thing about it, because now it's gonna be a lot to talk about no matter what. What's gonna happen. So
everything Game of Thrones, 24/7, 365.